Well, what's going on in the world of YouTube? What's going on, guys? First off, Shakamaisi, Shakapachwai, and the Shaklawit. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you see this. I go by D-Rez. Thanks for tuning in to my show. It's supposed to be a weekly podcast. I didn't get a chance to do last week's episode just due to I had some technical problems. Where when I was trying to edit the video down to complete everything, the audio was kind of off. So hopefully this works out the way it should. So yeah, past couple of weeks have been a little bit ups and downs. So I know it's prom season now because my nephew, my sister's oldest, went to his prom, and so quick shout to all the DJs out there, doing all these high school dances, these high school proms. So yeah, quite a few things been going down. A couple of weeks ago, got to see my doctor. We talked about a few things. Numbers are looking good. My A1C, I think that's what it's called, should be coming down. I just got to schedule some more time in to do some more physical stuff. So where I live, I got somewhat of a big yard, so I'm trying to make sure I do like some type of physical exercise a day. And so I actually do on my TikTok. I have a Sunday weigh-in, so I recently did my weigh-in, gained a few pounds, so not exactly happy about that. A little bit disappointed, but not too disappointed. It's like I'm just kind of beginning, so that's where I'm at with that. So there's some things I know I need to do. Basically, nutrition-wise, it's basically whoever cooks, that's what I kind of eat. But at the same time, I live in a house full of teenagers, so I just kind of take whatever's left over. I make sure that they eat first. They're grown boys. They're growing teenagers. My sister has quite a few kids, so make sure they're taken care of first. Even though my sister like saves me a plate, I still get hungry, but because I know between being physical, doing, because like I said, we have a big yard, and I do a lot of walking in that yard, so burning some calories. But yeah, I just know I need to increase the physical activity more to a couple hours, more hours a week. So I'm trying to get that worked out. We're in spring too, and like today we actually reached mid 80s, I believe. So nice weather we got here in the Yakima Valley. Can't complain about that. One thing I can't complain about is like the wind, the breeze, and I have allergies, so I've been sneezing the past couple of days, which is not fun. But yeah, other than that, just trying to keep my head above water, trying to make sure my bills are paid up. And the funny thing is, I actually applied at our Tribes Casino, and I went in for an interview a few weeks ago, and it surprised me in how long the interview process takes, or how long the whole process takes. Because like a few weeks ago, went in for the interview to find out more information, and then just a couple days ago, I found out through an email that they sent me. It was like I wasn't picked for the position I was going for. So there's a saying that I got rejected, so it's gonna be a redirection for me, and I don't mind that because there's a few other things I do want to try to accomplish, especially with YouTube. I actually went live during my live on TikTok and mentioned to some people that hey, chances are I'm gonna start coming out with more videos of just different towns here in the Reds, here in the Yakima Valley. So I have a few towns I'm thinking about just walking through, just showing you guys my point of view and what's going down. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to doing that so I can actually get those steps in. And then, yeah, there's people walking out. So I'm literally doing this in my room. Can't tell by the mess background. I've also been doing a lot of decluttering. I've hoarded a lot of paperwork over the years, so I'm going through all that, seeing what I gotta shred or just take to the paper place to get recycled. So has been in the process, and also just find out where I can actually take various things to just give away or just take to recycle too. So, but yeah. Other than that, I'm looking forward to summer because I'm actually trying to get excited every single day about something. whether it be an opportunity to gain some experience or earn some cash, so I can actually make sure, like I said, get the bills taken care of, and also gas money. Man, gas is getting up there. There is a gas station that I usually go to that does discounts on like certain days, and it looks like there's some tribes here in the state of Washington that are actually offering discounts for tribal members. I don't know how that's working. I forget what tribe it was too, but I read that through social media. So I thought that was pretty cool. And event wise, just getting ready for like I said, getting ready for summer events. My tribe at the Yakama Nation, we're getting ready for our commemoration of our treaty of 1855. So we got treaty days coming up with the rodeo, the powwow. So I'll be at the powwow. Won't be dancing this year again because I don't have an outfit, and I'll explain why later on. But yeah, it's just trying to be more physical shape to where my body's conditioned to dance again. I'm in my early 40s, so my joints will go snap, crackle, and pop. But I do want to start dancing again. I do want to get myself a new outfit by November for another powwow. So it's only working throughout the summer just to get some stuff together, because I'm still trying to figure out what kind of outfit I want to make for myself. I have some material. I have some things I want to wear. I just got to put everything out and see where my mind takes me. So that's in the process. And also, something I just want to promote. My tribe's casino, Legends Casino Hotel, is not paying me for this, but I just want to let you guys know. They are looking to have a pool open in June. That's right. So Legends Casino Hotel is looking to have the pool open. They've been actually doing the construction. They actually have a spa open right now. So if you book right there, legendscasino.com, I believe it is, you can actually check out what they got going on. Again, they're not paying me for this. They're not a sponsor. Just something I will let you guys know if you want to check it out. If you do plan on traveling over this way. But yeah, it's just been one of those couple of weeks where it's like up and down, up and down, up and down. Emotion, physical stuff, mental stuff. So I'm working on getting some of that worked out. I have the goals in mind. I just gotta put more effort into it. So that's why I'm saying this to do camera, telling you guys. So if you want to follow me on TikTok or the IG, feel free to do so. We can actually see what I'm going through as well. And yeah, and event wise, believe throughout the summer, it's a popular event known as Cruising the Ave in Yakima, where it used to happen a long time ago. Now to bring it back on certain days where people can just cruise the Ave. It's a nice event, happen during the summers. If you do go, just mind, be safe. Sunscreen for those who may need it, and it should be fun. I'm gonna try and make it to one of the cruising nights on Yakima Ave, amongst other events coming up this summer, spring into summer. Can't keep track of everything because Yakima Valley is actually a vast place, especially West Central Washington. So I know there's some car shows coming up right there at the Sundome, the Yakima Sundome. There's some events on the way. And I got the farmers market coming up, and yeah, just quite a few things just going on. So yeah, and I forgot to mention this last. I think I've mentioned in the last video. But I mentioned Legends Casino. They're actually putting a pause on their powwow, which was held in Yakima at the Sundome past couple of years. So they're putting a pause on it this year, just to kind of reconfigure things as they're getting the pool open, spa opened up. I actually talked to one of the employees, a good friend of mine, that says, yeah, the committee kind of makes a decision on that. So I'm like, okay, cool, because I've been on powwow committees where decisions have been made, so I understand. Also, Yakima's Taco Fest is gonna be put on hold as well. So that was a big event that has been happening for the past couple of years, and they do good at certain locations. They've been doing that like at the Sundome. They actually started a local park here in Yakima. And so this year they put a pause on Yakima's Taco Fest, just to kind of make sure everything's good to go, especially with space, sponsors, things like that. So, like I said, being on committees, being on organizations where I have to plan stuff out, I can understand where they're coming from, what they gotta do to make sure it's more successful and bigger, because it keeps on getting bigger and better every year, especially when it involves tacos. But yeah, as far as that goes, I just gotta get more physical and just go for more walks. I had a lot of people on one of my TikTok lives go, "Hey, gotta get those steps in, bro." It's like, yeah, I know. Well, I also gotta make sure the bills are paid too. So, trying to come up with different ideas to come up with cash. I do have a position in direct sales, and doing sales is not easy. Somewhat simple, but it's not easy. There's a lot of rejection, and I'm used to being rejected, but jeez. So yeah, and just things are happening with the family too. You know, graduation's coming up, so quick shout out to everyone who's getting ready to graduate. And I know there's gonna be some controversies coming up with graduation caps. As I know, there's some school districts that won't allow people to decorate the graduation cap. I was fortunate enough to graduate from high school that let me put an eagle feather in my graduation cap. I graduated back in 2004, and that was pretty cool. Especially when it's part of the culture, because as indigenous, it's always a high achievement when someone actually does graduate from like either high school, goes up to the next grade, or graduates from a university or something like that. So really don't have that much opinions on people decorating the caps. It's unfortunate that some school districts won't allow certain people or people in general to express what they gone through and to show who they are and what that aspect is of graduating, being able to do that. Because with me, it was kind of difficult because English is not my best subject. You know, if you try to tell me to type out an essay, I'm gonna be like, what? Not that good at grammar. So that's why I went to radio. All I gotta do is talking to a mic and hopefully we're good to go. But nowadays it's gonna be talking to a camera and hopefully I'll be good to go. So, but yeah, to the class of 2026, and I'll be saying this in the next couple of weeks. Congrats, because I know we're coming up on like the prom season and the school year winds down, because we're in the beginning of May now. So this is actually a couple of days before Cinco de Mayo. So to those who recognize it, happy Cinco de Mayo. I know for a lot of people who are 21 and over, just another reason to drink more. So enjoy that. Be safe. Take care of yourself at the same time. Drink your water. Get your electrolytes in. You know, I've had those days where drinking way too much, and next thing you know, waking up with a pounding headache, and those aren't fun. Also, kissing a porcelain throne. So I learned over the years, just calm down on it. So, like I said, in my early 40s, so really calming down on that stuff. So, but yeah, you know, just taking to the graduations. Quick shout to all the families. Supporting the graduates, just doing the best that they can. Quick shout to the parents who are there. So yeah, and one thing I did want to share with you guys is called the Indigenous Spotlight. So with the Indigenous Spotlight, what this is, I want to shine a light on Indigenous artists, musicians, comedians, actors. Because within the Indigenous community or Native American community, I know Canada calls them First Nations, there's quite a few people within the community doing the thing. From hip-hop artists to singers, actors, comedians. During my time in radio, I was fortunate enough to actually meet some of these people. So a lot of them are very cool. So the first one I do want to recognize is, I believe he's Crow. He actually let me know how to pronounce his tribe, but I forgot how to pronounce it. But I'm talking about the hip hop artist known as Supaman. If you're not familiar with Supaman, he's actually a hip hop artist that performs in his fancy dance regalia. So he's actually a pretty cool guy. He actually has some connections over here in the Yakima Valley, family wise. But with his performances, from what I've seen, he actually talks about how he grew up, on the D-Rez, how he grew up, just in the life of sobriety. So props to him, and props to you if you're going through your road to sobriety. It's not easy. Please believe, it's not easy being sober for, if you're going on for like a week, 2 weeks, a month, a couple of months, a couple of years. Just remember your purpose of why you decided to sober up, or being clean. But Supaman, he has a message through hip hop, through song, through his dancing. His wife is actually not a fashion model, but I believe she has her own clothing line. And I'll put the website right here too. I believe it's goodmedicineclothing.com. And that's where you guys should find out more about Supaman. He actually has quite a few albums out. I actually got to meet him a few times, and he actually came over to our res during a Water is Life walk. We're protesting, helping out with the raising awareness with Standing Rock. So he's actually pretty cool guy. Like I said, someone I met along the way, and MTV VMA winner. He's actually did a collaboration with Taboo of the Black Eyed Peas a number of years ago. I forgot the song, but yeah. So Supaman is actually gonna be my first Indigenous Spotlight. So make sure to go check him out. If you've seen it perform, you know what I'm talking about. And if you have a chance to see him perform around the country, make sure you check him out. So Supaman's gonna be my first one. And quick shout out to his DJ Element. Actually, recently I seen them recently together performing with each other, which is pretty cool. That Supaman also shines light with the DJs, so he's actually does his thing himself too. And like I said, he actually has some connections over here in the Yakima Valley, family wise. So quick shout out to Supaman for doing what he does. I'm sure a lot of people see him as a role model, someone to look up to. Being able to meet him before performances and after performances, he's a cool guy to look up to, and what he does. So Supaman, like I say, is my first Indigenous Spotlight in the hip hop realm, and these are like artists that I wish were like in the mainstream media, because I come from a top 40 mainstream radio station or pop station, and so that was one of my hopes, is I get to talk about like some of these artists. But yeah, Supaman's gonna be my first one, and there's gonna be a young lady in my next video that I wanna put an Indigenous Spotlight in. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you. I'm gonna make sure that these are weekly, because I found out that I'm good and consistent at being inconsistent, so I'm trying to work on that. Getting more content out via YouTube. So if you follow me on the IG or Instagram and TikTok, this depends on the platform I put my content on. I'm trying to be more consistent doing that, because I have a little more time on my hands where I can actually sit down and edit stuff. I do have a video coming out from last year's Treated Days coming out very soon. I just have, again, technical difficulties. So thanks for tuning in. Again, I go by D-Rez. Make sure to feel free to follow me. Also, if you consider subscribing, sharing, liking, appreciate it. And quick shout to everyone who's following me so far. Appreciate you guys. I know it's a handful of people right now just following me, but feel free to spread the word that I'm here. Taking this, hopefully I can go far with this via YouTube, and try and get more comfortable talking to a camera instead of a mic. Well, talking to a mic too, but yeah. So thanks for tuning in to my second episode of my show, the D-Rez Show. So yeah, make sure to subscribe, follow, like, all that great stuff. And until next time, once again, make sure to smile, because good could brighten someone's day. So later, have a nice day, and see ya.